And we are live. Welcome to the Tell a Story Hive on location, Nanaimo. We're coming to you live from the traditional and ancestral territories of the Nanaimo peoples. I'm Jordan Dack, producer, poet, songwriter, and your host on this deep dive into the creative process, creative or die. I am grateful, I am blessed to be joined by, for myself, one of the legends of hip-hop right now, Golden BSP. If you don't know Golden BSP, you will by the end of this podcast. And for those that don't know right now, you want to share a couple sentences about yourself? Bring them into your world?
Yeah, Golden BSP, it's just my musical journey so far. Don't really know what else to say about that. Yeah, It's just rap stuff.
Rap stuff. What is rap stuff to you these days? What's it look like?
What does the scene look like?
Yeah. What does the scene look like? And is it a scene that you want to be a part of or don't want to? Or what's it all about for you?
Yeah, the scene changes quickly. I don't know. It seems pretty good right now. I don't dig into a lot of new stuff at the moment. I've been listening to a lot of older music, but I like 1900 Rugrat as a new guy. It's pretty good and funny. BLP Kosher is funny and really good as well. Yeah.
You're the kind of person. Okay, so I was listening to one of your tracks earlier today, and actually just before you showed up, and it sounded to me like the kind of music someone makes when they've been doing it for a while, but somehow they've managed to keep that like edgy relevance, like they're still hungry or something.
Okay.
And I'm wondering, how do you? Maybe you don't even agree with. I don't know if you agree with that, but how do you do that after being in an art form for a period of time and it still sounds fresh?
I just try and keep it fresh. I have pockets that I use for different things. I don't think I sound the same on a lot of songs. A lot of different. I don't know. I just study music, and if I like something, I make it my own. And sometimes I get in a pocket for a while in a certain style, and then I feel bored of it, and I'll try something else for a while, and just like to keep everybody guessing what it will sound like next. Yeah.
So then, what are you listening to today? What are you listening to these days?
Well, like 1900 Rugrat is like rap. 42 Doug, BLP Kosher, The Weeknd, Young Thug, Lana Del Rey. I've like been listening to the Everly Brothers like a lot.
Nice.
The Beatles I've been digesting this year for the first time, like enjoying it and understanding how good it is. I bought a couple tape collections off old guys, like cassettes.
Yeah.
And so I just pull one off the shelf, like new ones all the time. There's tons of mixtapes, and I like made a playlist of like all the good songs that they're all good, but like I got like a playlist of all the old songs. So I've been like listening to a lot of old music lately.
That's super interesting.
Yeah, because I get sick of stuff. I get like listen to rap for a long time, and then I'm like into heavy metal for a while, and then I'm like into punk music, and then I'm into like goth music, and then I'm like, it's nice to digest it all and like feel like there's a time and a place to like, if you're like open to enjoy like all types. I used to really hate country music, and now like I see a place for it. You know what I mean? Like it's just I get, when you listen to too much rap and make rap all the time, it's like I don't even like listen to it a lot anymore. No, not really. So
Yeah.
when you find like somebody, I like when you find somebody that you like, I eat it up for a bit and then I kind of just go back to the old music right now. But
Yeah, for sure. I remember years ago when I was writing a lot of hip hop music, there was a time when I went out on a retreat. Well, it was a personal retreat. I went to a forest for a week.
mm-hmm,
And I remember walking through the forest, and the plan was to write a new hip hop album.
mm-hmm.
And I couldn't do it. Like the context demanded something totally different. And so I found myself reaching for different bands I'd never really listened to. Do you find that the context that you're in, like whether you're traveling or in a different city, that affects what you're writing, or
Different cities. I don't know about it's. I don't think different cities make me feel like I should listen to different things, but you do like remember. I do remember what I was listening to when I'm in certain places.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
for sure.
like in Boston, I was there for a while, and like that's when I digested the Smiths, and I'll always remember that as like, you know, that's when I understood that, or you know what I mean, like moving into my new house and like getting all those Beatle tapes. I'll remember that the Everly Brothers when I started. I'll remember it. You know what I mean? Or like back in the day when you like digest like Pennywise or something. Like I remember those time periods when you like digest music and like understand it and like. But like, so when you go back to those places, maybe those kind of like songs or like they might hit you the same.
Totally.
Yeah.
I wonder if, I mean, there's definitely people out there who think of Golden BSP and they remember the first time they heard your music.
Yeah.
And it's probably connected to a certain city or group of friends or a certain night out or.
For sure.
That's super interesting to think about.
Mm-hmm.
But so I get a sense from you that the different influences, like there's many different influences that go into who you are as an artist.
Yeah.
And it's not just music, right? Like you're a visual artist as well. And can you speak a bit about that, about the different types of art that go into Golden BSP?
Like branding or like visuals as far as like how the music videos and the aesthetic is, or
yeah. Like is it always when you want to express yourself creatively, is it always I'm gonna go write a rap, or do you pick up a pen or paint?
Okay, yeah. Like painting right now is like what I like to do on my like free time.
Yeah.
Writing is more of like, I wouldn't say a task, but like it's like part of a job now. So it's like I feel like before, when you start writing and when you start wanting to be a rapper, like writing is like your like emotional outlet, and it still is. Like there's times, but like painting right now is like what I crave doing, just because it clears your mind. Like is where like writing music is like part of like the stress now, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like it's nice to like get things off your chest when you write certain songs. You're like, okay, are you finally like real emotional stuff? It's nice to lay those down, but like even like touching on stuff like that, it's like therapy sessions. So like painting is nice to like free your mind with.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Cooking is fun too. Like I used to eat out every day. Nothing in the fridge ever, just every meal, and it's nice to cook and like chill out and paint and I'm just trying to vibe, and you know what I mean, like
tell me more about the cooking side of things.
I don't know, it's just fun to cook. I'm not like, I wouldn't say I'm an amazing chef, but I got everybody's got their like their handful of things, you know. So it's just fun, you know. You pop on those tapes and it's like a new world. You just new tape every day, and it brings you into a new just whip up cooking and or painting. With the tape collection's been like one of the best things that's happened in like the last year for me. Just because it sounds different coming out of the old speakers, like those old vintage boom boxes. Like it's made for like certain sounds that they were putting out back then, and it hits your ears different. Like and like a lot of people like vinyl. I have a vinyl player too, but I feel like the tapes just like sound so good for some reason. It's just on an old like boombox from that era. It just like, I don't know,
There's
it's different.
To it,
Yeah, maybe I don't have old speakers for the record player. That might help, right? Because I got new speakers for that, so maybe it's just not touching right. But
yeah, it's losing some of the character.
Like listening to Michael Jackson on like Thriller on a old like tape on, it's different than like you know, than like in the Beats headphones or whatever. It's like cooking and like jamming and painting. It's just trying to create like a serene environment these days, chilling out. Yeah.
Do you think you'll release any music on cassette at some point?
Oh, I have thought about it just for a novelty. But I haven't done it yet. I haven't done vinyls yet either. It's always been a thought, but like as much as I want to do it, sometimes I make merch or do certain things because I want to, and then it's like doesn't sell as well as you would think.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
not all you.
It's like well, like people like you make a cassette that's cool, but like who's actually like got something to play other than me?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like I don't know.
Tape players and CD players are not in vehicles anymore.
Yeah, my buddy, an artist, did tapes, and he said that the gig sticks are even better than that these days. Just selling like personal, like random songs on gig sticks.
Crazy.
But, yeah.
I guess also, you know, back when the tapes were being made originally, the artists were using different microphones. They were using different, you know, they're probably recording to tape. Different
microphones and different synths. It's like when like all the new sounds were coming out, like I just the speakers were built different. They're built for like certain sounds, and nowadays they're built to last rather than like, or I don't even know if that's true. They're built like different. They just don't have the same sound. I don't know. And I'm sure like even new songs probably don't sound good on the old ones, but like it was the technology all at the time. Those old songs just sound good on old stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of I think it was Miles Davis, who was asked whether he liked a certain song, not of his, but someone else's, and he got upset, and he was like, "Well, you don't listen to music to decide whether you like or don't like something. It's every song is an experience, and every song has different character." And it reminds me of speakers, like the direction that speakers have evolved in. Like, someone had to choose that direction. Like, is it like a fuller sound or something? But you're losing a certain character.
There's just there's certain things that, like, I feel like with more digital sounds, they probably sound those like they're not like rich. The like sound, so the new speakers, I don't know, man. I don't think they have to be super rich to pick up these tones, but like, you know, all of the music was recorded live, and like back in the day, and like the way they pan everything, and the way it, you know, I don't know, it just sounds more live. It sounds, you know, like
more organic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, less like over compressed and too for them.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you write a song, are you like, what makes you run for the pen to write down? Like, is there any certain piece of inspiration that you find around you that makes you like really want to get down to write something?
Yes. I mean, every song is the process is different. Sometimes you feel like you need to get something out and like emotional, and you need to dig. Sometimes you just want to make a catchy song and follow a formula, and sometimes make a funny song, or it's I don't know, like there's certain times I get in pockets where I'm like really into making funny songs for a while, and then I'll have a bunch, and then I'm like overdoing that, and I'll make like some emotional songs, and then like
Yeah.
so
Yeah, you go through seasons almost.
yeah, exactly. Or different, if sometimes I'm like, oh man, I've been making too many sad songs, now I need to make like a funny song, and then I make too many funny songs, and I'm like, I need to make a serious song, and then I like make too many serious songs, and it's kind of how it goes.
That's interesting, because I think a lot of people, like, I think you need to have been writing for a long time to be able to make those switches intentionally.
There are different writing processes too. Like when I write funny songs, I tend to just compile a lot of phrases, or like not sentences, of like word couples, like, and I'll just write down like N words, and then just like pack it as full of like the same rhyming words and as funny as I possibly can, and that's usually how you get the good like Eminem style structure songs that are like funny and really like, holy, he's rapping really good. And then sometimes if you want to make emotional songs, you don't need to like be rhyming like within rhymes and all that. You kind of more trying to touch on emotion and like making sure that like the people feel something from it. It doesn't need to be as technical as much as it needs to like bring the feeling,
That's brilliant, man. I've never heard it broken down like that, but it's so true. Like, even like an emotional song, if it were to be too technical, it might even distract from the emotion.
The thing is, like, the most simplest songs often hit the hardest, because if you can make something simple mean something to the most people, that's when it hits the hardest. It's like, that's why the Beatles is really good. It's like, Here Comes the Sun, like, it's the simplest thing that you can think of, but it's just like, it resonates with everybody, what I mean? Like, so there's also a thing, like, I read, like, The Weeknd or like Drake, like, they like make themselves really vulnerable and then back it up with like confidence, or like super confident, vulnerable, super confident, vulnerable, super confident, vulnerable.
Wow.
And that's like what makes people fall in love with their story, is they're like, this guy is the man, but oh, he's so broken, oh, I feel like that. So it's like,
wow,
when you can be vulnerable and tell people your story, but at the same time like not seem weak. I think that's how a lot of these pop songs are made, and like as the least amount of words that you can say like a feeling and still make it feel big. I think that's how you get good emotional songs.
That just blew my mind. Like, that idea of confidence mixed with vulnerability. You know who it reminds me of is Tupac, actually.
Yeah, like
Tupac's music, like mega confidence,
right?
But mega vulnerability too at the
100%.
same time.
Yeah,
that is a potent mixture.
Yeah, because like Drake will say something like, "Woke up in the fanciest hotel, blah blah blah," but this chick's not sitting in my bed no more, and it's like, oh, he lost the girl, but he's still chilling in the baddest suite. You know what I mean? Or like, driving in my Rolls Royce alone. Da, 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 da. It's like, you know, or like
totally.
it's just like that's the formula for like those big guys, because like makes the girls
Wow.
like makes the guys feel like they can be vulnerable and like they can touch on that side, and makes the girls be like, oh, that guy's the best, and
Yeah.
I need to fix him or something, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
and I guess it also makes them like still relatable, even
Mm-hmm.
though their level of fame and wealth is not relatable to most of their
Exactly.
listeners.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's
Jeez, I've thought so much about, song structure formulas and rhyme schemes and things like that, but like emotional formulas or confidence vulnerability formulas,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the next level.
Yeah, it's just touching on emotions, right? Like, yeah, that's why the Beatles is great. It's just like very, very subtle. Like, the feeling is so easy to digest. And
Mm-hmm.
it's when you overcomplicate things, then it dulls it down for everybody else. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
here comes the sun. But if they say, here comes the sun in Florida, it doesn't matter as much. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's just simple. Keep it simple. Keep it like digestible for as many people as you can. I'm not a master. I like none of this I'm saying I'm great at, but like I think that's how like good hit songs are made
Yeah.
is
Although I do think that this does speak to a lot of your music, though. Now that you're sharing it, and I'm thinking
hmm
about your catalog and about how some of your songs hit so hard because there is honesty and vulnerability, but you approach it with such confidence that
hmm
it's exactly what you're talking about. So,
yeah, as long as you can like not take yourself seriously, but
mm,
know that like you are serious. It's like a, if that makes
yeah,
sense.
it does.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah,
Yeah, everyone should write that down.
yeah.
Don't take yourself seriously, but know that you are serious.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you don't need to be the best all the time, but just know that like if you got your structure and your formula, and just like keep going with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now tell me about the process around creating visuals for your music.
Mm.
Do you see visuals while you're writing, or is it like something that happens afterwards?
All depends on the song. Sometimes I see things that I know I can't create because it will cost too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes you make songs and I'm like, oh my, like if I had the money to make this, it could be insane. But
Yeah.
like sometimes, you gotta just make what you can make with what you have, and sometimes the spend 10,000 on a video, and the next video you don't spend any on it. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I write down every single scene like second by second, like, and follow it. And sometimes you just look for an aesthetic, or
Mm-hmm.
it's always different. Just like making songs, there's no formula, but I would say that I'm good at like coming up with things.
Mm-hmm.
um but yeah, it all depends. I've spent a lot of money on videos and a lot of time,
Mm-hmm.
and those videos haven't done as good as videos that I don't spend any money or time on.
Wow.
And it's like there's no rule to success
No.
or formula for anything, but it's fun to come up with videos. And
Yeah. And in those situations, when the one that you barely spent any money on did well, or people checked it out more, do you know after the fact? Can you look back and go, "Oh, it's probably because of this or that"?
it's sometimes it just works. I don't know,
Hmm.
like sometimes you just magic just happens, and you don't even know it's magic until other people tell you, or you know what I mean? Like I don't know, like certain songs sometimes we don't even think, or sometimes I don't think I'm going to make a video, and then I do, and then it does well, and I'm like, good thing I did that. Or sometimes you like blow the budget on a video and it doesn't do well, and you're like, that sucks. It's just kind of the way it is, and it is with music, as I'm sure you know. It's just every time you create something, it's just it's like a lottery ticket. Every time you put anything out,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
really guarantee much of anything unless you're like on a label and they're like, this is going to happen, this is
Yeah.
going to work, we know it, we have the plan.
Yeah, and we're
I'm
gonna
still
put
work
money into it
Yeah,
until it works.
I'm just independent,
Yeah.
navigating my way through, trying new things. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and just constantly trying to find new ways to make new splashes, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how about for your, like, you've built quite a following online too. It's like do you find that the social media and really just the marketing side of the music, is that also a creative art for you? Or?
Yeah, like I make a lot of reels. Sometimes I get in the headspace where I make one every day for months.
Wow.
And um, the fact is, you gotta like do that kind of stuff now, whether you like it or not. And sometimes, like I like making funny stuff and I like making reels, but it's not what I signed up for.
Right.
Do I love it? No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think this is like your job, it's my job, it's part of the job. So that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have like your approach, or rather the way that you see putting the time into those sorts of things, has that changed
over the
years?
Yeah, because I used to like, it might sound depressing, I used to love making music videos. I used to wake up, eat, breathe this rap stuff. Like every single thing was a new, fresh experience, right? When you first get into this, the moments hit harder, you remember the things and moments mean more. But as you go along and more things happen, the highs and the lows of being a rapper, it doesn't hit as hard as much anymore. And you're still passionate, but like, that's like, the drive is hard to continue to strive for. And I'm sure lots of artists love every moment of the way, every day, but I would be lying to say that that's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And I have a hunch that most people who've been at it for a bit probably feel the same way.
Yeah, and it is what it is. Like I rate, like I wrote a music video the other day and I'm excited to make it. Like I'm excited to see it done. I'm not excited to make it.
Yeah, that's a good distinction.
You know what I mean? Like I used to be stoked to make them, show up and like, it was like, this is awesome. But like, do it so many times, man. It's just like, it's part of the job. It's a job. And people can say you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. It's still work. I don't care what anybody
100%.
says. Like
100%.
it's still work. And there's days that I wake up and I don't want to make music, and I just do anyways. And some days I want to quit, and some days I'm like, oh man, I have so much more fire. Every day is different, right? Like,
and you do it anyways, and
that's part of the
discipline.
This year I'm trying really hard to be disciplined, because last year I didn't put out that much music, so I'm putting out a song a week this year, and it's definitely a lot of work. But and I'm not excited to keep doing it. I'm not excited that I made that claim publicly.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be good for my discipline, and
you probably won't regret that.
No, I'm like 2 months ahead of myself, or like 3 months ahead of myself, like with the releases ready. So it's just I'll probably be finished the year and have it all uploaded by like the end of May, and then it will be less stressful.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
For sure. So then take me into, so you're a pretty prolific writer then, eh? When you are creating your stuff, like, take me into that world. I know it's probably different each song, but Can you tell me what it looks like from beginning
My
to end?
rating process?
Yeah.
I have like this room. I made like a hippie 70s room in my house. So I wake up, I drink coffee, I go into that room, and I try and rate um, 2 to 4 songs, like in a session. I try and rate at least 2 songs a day, like it, not a day, but when I'm writing.
When you're writing.
Right now, I'm trying to make 8 songs a month.
Whew.
So, and then I'll go record all the songs. I'll write 8 songs, and then I go record them all, and then I slowly send those off to get mixed as I write the next 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
And who's making your beats?
I make my beats. I have a producer. Luda is my beat maker. He lives in Zimbabwe.
Wow.
And he's been mixing all my stuff.
No kidding.
I used to go to Stanton, and he's really good. So Stanton was making a lot of my beats. Brandon Taylor's made a lot of my beats. Petty Boy Osley's made a lot of my beats. Sealance has made a few. Random beats here and there. I started making beats, but yeah, lots of different avenues of beat makers.
Yeah. So do you think that the way that you feel about painting now is how you once felt about writing?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Yeah, it was the outlet, right? Like, and it was just, it's a job now. It wasn't a job before, and it's like, it's okay that sometimes I don't want to be doing these things. You got to do it. Like, I'm sure like people that own like construction companies are stoked that they have construction companies, but don't want to do it sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. It's part of the journey, right?
You sound extremely disciplined then, hey? Is that like, I can't imagine you getting to where you are now without a certain level of discipline.
It's all that I have.
Yeah.
Is discipline. Because I'm a good rapper, but I wouldn't say I'm better than the next rapper. I have good songs, but like there's so many rappers, and I've met more talented rappers than me that aren't doing anything because they don't have the drive. They don't have this is another thing that Drake said. I can't remember the exact phrasing of it, but like he said, there's like, to be a really successful artist, you have to be good at like 8 of the 10 things. There's like 10 things to being like a successful artist, and rapping is just one of them.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like rapping, communication, like showing up, like planning, like getting like all these things like add up. There's 10 different things, and like Drake is like, I have 8 of these things. That's why I'm successful. I probably have like 5. You know what I mean? So it's like, to be a really successful artist, you have to be talent, and rapping is like probably the least important part of it.
Crazy. Yeah.
Realistically, how many rappers do you know that are terrible, that are killing it because they're good at all the other things?
Most of them.
So it's like, it's just the way it is, right? Like, you have to be dedicated, and you have to like you have to struggle, and it's just the way it is to make it, right? Like, you have to be in the right places and know what the right places to be in are, and you have to just manifest it. And when you manifest it, you have to follow through with the planning and everything, right?
Yeah, regardless of whether you feel like it or not that day, hey?
You show up.
You show up anyways.
Yeah, you can tell right away. Just, you spend a week with somebody, I can tell you if they have what it takes to like make it to at least my level of, you know, just by the way that they hold themselves. They don't even have to rap. You can just tell by a person's like characteristics and how they control like
Yeah.
their character or whatever.
Huh.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about like developing other artists?
It's all I did for a long time.
Oh, is that right? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
No, I did it twice. I had like a crew in Kelowna when I first started, and we were like the coolest in Kelowna, and everybody in the group was like comfortable with that we were like the cool crew in Kelowna.
We arrived.
And I tried to, and maybe they'll see this and be like, man, whatever, but like, I don't know, I tried my hardest to be like, this isn't it, like, we have to work harder than this, we have to go harder than this, we have to do better, we have to, and I would like, it just felt in one ear, out one ear. And eventually when I got like my little break, my next break, it was just like, you have to just cut them off. But I've always been that, like, I loved like Odd Future, how they had the crew, or like ASAP Mob, how they had like a crew, or like,
yeah.
I was always into that like aspect of like being like a crew mentality. But like the more people that you add to an equation, the harder it gets. People want more from you, and you being like the person that's trying to bring everybody with you, people start taking that for advantage, and then they pull at you and pull, and like, just like, you end up feeling stretched too thin. You know what I mean? So I did it another time, like my crew now, Pony Club, like I have a lot of homies, and a lot of the crew, we don't really talk anymore, and it's all good. But it's just when you bring a crew with you, like I said, it's just too hard to be there for everybody. And it's just a lot of work, man. You put so much into so many other people, and then you're the last person you think about, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I hear that in so many different areas. You know, you talk to the web designer who's designed genius websites for people, and they haven't worked on their own website for years. Or,
that's like, you know, I have like 100 projects in the back of my head, and then like somebody would hit me up and be like, hey man, can you think of a video idea for this? And immediately, for some reason, I start doing it.
Exactly.
And then I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I could literally be doing this for myself.
Yeah.
So like, that can only happen so many times before you really need to start like taking a look at it all. That's like why I'm kind of just been doing my own thing these days. I have a few homies that like I make music with once in a while, but like, I'm kind of just trying to do my own thing, and just it's the stress of like being there for everybody is too much.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. It seems that sometimes people are not looking for you to show them the way. They're looking for you to take them there, you know, like to actually do it for them. And
yeah, and it's just like that with a lot of relationships, music or not, like with a lot of people, right? Like, and it's not even that like they're wrong for doing this. It's if you show up for them and don't like have boundaries, then it kind of just like gets engraved in their head that you will show up, and then when like you don't, then they get defensive and like, what the heck, like what's up with you, man, like, kind of thing. And it's just like, no, I don't have to do any of this. And it's like, that's just, I just like, respect is like, if I don't feel respected, then I kind of just like need to just do me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know,
and I'm not saying to any of my Pony Club homies, like, I feel like you guys don't respect me. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you gotta just step back. Yeah.
And you know, I figure that just being the fullness of you and doing what you do really well is still of service to the people around you, right? They get to see what it looks like to show up every day and be disciplined about it, instead of leaning too heavily on someone to do it for them.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of instances where you show up for people, and then when you're not there, they don't show up for themselves. So it's like,
exactly.
Yeah,
That's right.
you know, I see a lot of potential in a lot of people all the time, because like, I don't know, if I see potential in somebody, it's hard for me not to try and help them. And that's
Yeah.
something that I need to work on for myself.
Yeah, that's such a great point.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a downfall for myself.
Yeah.
As much as like, it's nice to be helpful and it's nice to like see something in somebody else, like the amount of times I've done that and then like been like, holy man, like this is like
Yeah.
not what I signed up for. Why did I do this?
Totally.
You
I was
know?
talking to someone the other day about business ideas, and they were saying something similar, where if they have a great business idea, they have trouble not pursuing it, even if they don't really care about it. You know, their heart isn't there, but they're like, oh, this is such a good idea. I have to spend my next 5 years doing this.
Yeah,
Then they
yeah.
wake up 5 years later and go, what the heck was I doing? You know?
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard to shake those things off. You know,
It's tough, man. Like, and it's tough for me thinking about like that sometimes too. Like, I love everything that I've created. I would never regret, like, I don't regret it doing this. But like, if I put this much dedication into something else, I think about that a lot.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I hear you.
you never know, like,
Yeah.
what I could have done in some
Yeah.
other aspect of life, and it's just through, you know, the way the cookie crumbles. And I don't know, music is amazing, and it's just a lot, man. I wouldn't like suggest it for my children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Feel that, absolutely. Absolutely. And people on the outside who aren't part of the music machinery, there's so much that they don't see that goes into it.
Yeah.
And it's like you're wearing 30 different hats. You're a business owner that needs to think about finances. You're a marketer, you know. And at the end, somewhere in there, you're also an artist, you know, and you got to try to somehow keep that fresh too. And like when you were talking about the different ways you approach, say, a funny song versus a reflective song, like it sounds like you've really figured out some things that that you can follow. How do you manage to follow a formula while still making it sound fresh? Like I never listen to one of your songs and go, oh, that sounds like the last song, you know?
It's tough because there's certain formulas that, like, I don't want to tell you the formulas because then you'll be like, oh, now I hear it.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like, there is certain styles of how to make, or how I make my songs, where like and every beat is different.
Yeah.
Every beat is different, right? So like, it's just the formula of writing like funny songs. It's just like I write on a piece of paper, like Mary Poppins, like very gothic, and like I'll do that as many times as I can, and then use those to like, I'll pull one from down here and like just mix it all up. It's like a puzzle, and then by the time it's done, you know, like
that's brilliant.
That's the funny songs, right? And sometimes even emotional songs, you could be like, you know, it's easier to write like a full line of an emotional song and then try and come up with a full line but like same thing, like there's certain, or just like phrases or like whatever, I don't know, every time it's just writing music. I like write other kinds of music too that like I just find it's interesting, like I like just studying like songwriting and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're a student of the craft too. Yeah.
I made a goth album, like we recorded all the instruments, full album that I haven't put out yet.
What?
Is really sick, but I just don't know how to release it yet because it's so different. Like, and it's just like doing that was like making a rap song for the first time.
Yeah.
Like when I like hit my buddy up and I'm like, I want to make a goth album. And like, I'm not mean like goth rap. I mean like real goth music.
Goth album,
Yeah, and like making that album was so fun. Every day I felt like when I was made my first songs, you know. So that's fun. Like that's new, that's creative. It doesn't feel, there's no pressure to it. It's been sitting in a folder for like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
It was
like
2 years ago you put it together.
like a year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's gonna come out eventually, but my
love that.
buddies like signed to a label and they showed some interest, but it's very Halloweeny. So like Halloween passed when they or it was like Halloween was about to show up and when they were interested, cause and then like it passed and I'm just waiting for Halloween to come again, but like still like it has to be perfect before I drop it. But
that's dope though. But
yeah, it's fun like listening to certain music and like when I started digesting all of the Beatles, I was rating like folk songs or like really into Bob Dylan for a while, and I wrote like songs like that just for fun. Like I have songs sitting that like I can't sing like that, but like if somebody took that song, it would be a great song. You know what I mean? Like so I like songwriting all kinds and just.
I wonder if some of a part of the freedom that you might feel around it has something to do with like you're not supposed to be great at this genre, you know, and so there's like a freedom. There's no expectation that you are amazing yet or something.
Maybe I don't feel amazing at rap though.
Oh right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't say I mastered that even. It's just singing is different. Like it's different. I don't have that. I have a good low voice. That's why the goth album is like in my pocket. So I can do like lower tones. But like and like Bob Dylan, I can kind of touch on something like that, but like it's just like not really like how do I sell it to my fan base? You know what I mean? Like I don't know, it has to be amazing or I don't know. Or like I don't know. I think the goth album is really fun and
that's cool, man. I think that there's people are more open to you know, allowing multiple genres into their library these days.
I think so too, but I just want it to be I want it to be the band name. Like I have a band name, but I know if I just drop the band name with the songs, I have no following.
Right.
So it's not going to do anything.
You can't leverage your current following.
Exactly. So it's like I just don't want it to be Golden BSP and the band name. It just seems so corny to me. You know what I mean? But like I feel like I might have to like make it a multiple like Golden BSP, the band name, you know. So it's like that's what I'm kind of struggling with, and also like possibly wanting to get it like label released. I think I just got to make a really epic music video and try and sell the label, resell the label. They were like really into it, and I feel like the time is kind of like fizzled off where it's not as important. When Halloween comes around again, if I got a sick video,
they'll be looking.
Maybe my buddy doesn't think, he's like already signed to them, and he's like, we could just do it ourselves. But I'm like, it's gonna be a lot trickier without them. I feel like to just get that jump off. But I don't even know if I want to do the band thing either. Like that's where it's just like so much commitment. Like where it's just like
a whole nother project.
A whole nother thing. It's just like, do I want it to just be fun or like, you know, like I don't know. But
you know, it'd be pretty amazing if during one of your Golden BSP standard shows, you just slip one of these goth songs in there.
Yeah.
To see how the audience responds.
Oh, I know it will be good.
I think they'd go wild, man.
Live is different. I don't know. It would be fun though.
Well, it reminds me too.
Or if I just did a Halloween show like that, it'd be fun.
But you know, like, I mean, it's not a great example, but like Post Malone puts out his albums and it's all hip hop, and then he's got one kind of folk track in the middle. And the folk track slaps. Like everyone loves it and responds so well to it, but it wasn't a full folk project. You know?
Yeah.
He tested it, but I think some of those songs that he did that were off his genre base ended up doing better than a lot of the rest of his albums.
Yeah. This thing like test one of the songs
out.
I want to find the aesthetic. It's just like this is something where I see the visual perfectly.
Yeah.
So it's just like with doing a song a week, like writing, recording, and just like working out and just life. It's like it's too much
Yeah.
to really think
Yeah,
about,
for
but
sure.
it's gotta slip in there sometime before Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably like anything that's exciting. It's kind of, you know, it'll be in the back of your head until you
Yeah,
do
and it
something
sucks
with
when
it.
it's like I see the big video and like you know that you can't afford that
Yeah.
big video. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
why
you
the
gotta
label
kind of
needs
like
to get
break it
involved.
down. Yeah, or some make like a not as a crazy one for others, like the hit song that needs the crazy video. Maybe do video for one of the other ones and be like, look at the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Let's go bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a proof of concept. Or...
Yeah, exactly.
So when you record, do you have a studio at home, or do you have a certain
I
studio
used
you
to
like to
be
go to?
so picky.
Hmm.
Like this is the thing. I used to be really picky. I like started like not really when I first started just recording where I could, and then I always found that I couldn't find the sound that I wanted.
Hmm.
I didn't feel like I ever sounded good enough. So then when I finally found that like perfect sound, like, and I got auto tune to sound good with me, I was like, oh, this is it. And that person was the best, still the best, but
Hmm.
very expensive. And I was spending so much money, and eventually, like within the last year, I just kind of was just like, it's like back to the basics,
Yeah.
like how my mind is kind of I'm trying to like reroute it back to the beginning and try and be like, it doesn't
Hmm.
have to be like I'm not saying like it doesn't have to be perfect, but like I've been like going for a rawer sound. Haven't been
Hmm.
using auto tune on any songs this
Okay.
year.
Yeah.
So it's just like I used to want to be in the studio, like record in the studio, make the beat with the person, and like really be hands on. And
Yeah.
like it was just a lot of money and it was fun. But now it's just like I just get the beats, I record, like, or I get a homie to pull up, I pay somebody to pull up,
Hmm.
set up a studio in the house,
Yeah.
record it, and then I send it off to Zimbabwe,
Yeah. Crazy.
and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And
Right.
like I don't know, I'm trying to like not I put out so much music that like if I just like I used to really like I'd like nitpick a song and be like, oh, there's a click here, man. And we'd spend a day trying to like get a click out, and I'm paying so much money, and then I go home and I still hear I'm like, back in the studio the next day spending all this money trying to get a
Yeah.
click out. And now I'm like, if I hear a click, I don't even care anymore. Like I just
Yeah.
like the amount of music that I put out, like I don't think it matters now. I'm just
Yeah.
like I as maybe that's not a good thing, but like I'm just trying not to care so much, and like I'm trying to just like be raw and let it go, like,
Yeah.
and not be so like hard on myself, or like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funner to just like hit the song, send it off. Like I used to need to sound perfect when I'm recording, like dial in how I sound,
Mm.
and when I record it, like it has to that perfect sound. I need to be able to hear it while I'm recording. And now, like I record, I'm like, does this even sound good? Like I don't know. Let's send it off,
Send
and
it
then I
off.
get it back, and it sounds great. I'm like, okay, it's all good. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah,
that's
that's
kind of my
affirming.
mind state right now.
Yeah.
Is like it used to be hard for me to like let other people deal with things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. It's kind of like a full circle to,
That's what I'm trying to do.
yeah,
I'm trying to full circle it and get the passion back. It's just,
for
you
sure.
know, it's it's I still love this, and like some songs I'm like, this is awesome, but like making all these reels and stuff ain't my jam, and it is what it is, man.
Yep.
And
Got to do it anyways, but yeah,
it's hard to be funny and rapping every single day.
that's exhausting.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, but I feel like
it just sucks when you see the analytics though, like, and you're just like, ugh, I know I need to do this stuff. You know what I mean?
jeez. And then, like, I think what I'm hearing from you, is that the way that you're approaching your own music, it's the same thing as diving into those cassette tapes. You know, like that's back to the basics too.
Yeah,
Like
so
listening for what really
dude,
matters.
sorry to cut you off.
No.
I bought a bunch of VHSs too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a massive VHS collection, and just because like the nostalgia of like watching those commercials hit beforehand, and like there's so many old movies that I wouldn't be able to like look up unless I just went to Value Village and bought whatever's there, you know. And now it's like you pull things off the shelf and find gems that I wouldn't pull up on like Netflix or something, because I wouldn't know it's even exists.
Yeah, you wouldn't think of it.
Can't remember what we were talking about, but yeah, it's like the cassettes and the VCR, and like the nostalgia back to the old. Maybe I'm just having a midlife crisis.
Well, a lot of art came out of midlife crisis. Yeah, but there was like I forget which band said it, but they said, you know, if it's a good song, it's one of those bands that would like overproduce, but if it's a good song, it's a good song, just a piano and voice too. It reminds me of, if it's a good song, or it's gonna sound good on cassette, on any microphone. You know, if it's a good movie, it's going to be a good story on a cassette tape, or what was it, Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Or DVD. You know,
I kind of like some like high def is great, but sometimes I like it to have like lines going through it and stuff, or just something about it that's just hits something in your head differently. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if you watch it differently.
Oh yeah, like there's Natural Born Killers. Like when you watch it, it's got so many cool effects. Like when you watch it normally, but like I have a beat up Natural Born Killers tape, and like it's like it adds a new layer of like textures, and like some of the colors are popping too hard, and like it's darker in areas, and like it's literally like watching it a different way.
Wow.
And like for certain movies where like maybe like Fear and Loathing, or like these trippy ones where like when the films are kind of beat up, it kind of like adds this cool like psychedelic like layer to it for some reason.
It's like you're watching security cam footage or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I'm like watching, I'm like, was this the same movie? I'm like, oh man, this is so cool. Like, that's the one that my buddy is like, Natural Born Killers is one of my favorite movies, and he gave me the VHS just as like a collector thing. And then I had a VHS player, so I watched that movie like that, and it was like watching it again, and I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna collect VHSs.
I guess that just happened.
Yeah, my girlfriend's like bringing new ones in every day. Like, it's bad.
You can find them,
I'm bad at collecting things. I'm like,
you really
I get in
my
autistic collecting like frenzies.
Get it
like,
all.
Yeah, I went hard on vintage clothes for a while, and then like really hard on toys, and then I'm like, I want to sell all the vintage clothes and get these toys out of my house. I'm sick of it. Why did I do this? I like, every time I move, it's like boxes and boxes of useless stuff.
Yeah, that has so much value for
now. That's gonna be the VHSs just next time, just boxes and boxes of VHS.
Watching this cycle happen.
Yeah, it's always gonna be a thing.
Well, if you can believe it,
we're
basically at the done here, and basically at the end here. But I was wondering, hoping that maybe you could spit a little for us before we sign off.
Yeah, I can spit. So this one's coming out next week, next Friday. I don't know when this drops, so it might not. The live streamers, it's coming out next Friday.
Sweet.
Let's see. Just making sure there's no swear words. All right. Listen to your heart is what he told me. Words from my OG way back when I wasn't Goldie. That homie died though, had the rest of us pouring 40s and another. My brothers, they left me lonely. Fill up my cup with that soda I pour in codeine. All the pills, they destroy me, but help me out with avoiding the issues when I be missing my family. Got me hoping that the pieces of my life I left broken will end in closure. Drowning in liquor, it's crazy to think I'm sober, and I ain't gonna lie about it. Sometimes I find it annoying that I put the bottle down, but I'm glad that phase is over, because I learned from those mistakes. Now my brain, it remains in focus. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
No problem, man. Yeah. That one's a Listen to Your Heart remix next week.
Oh yeah, on cassette coming out.
I wish. Yeah, no.
Dope.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Well,
Thanks
it's
for
fun.
doing this, man.
I don't like interviews, and it was fun, man. I'm
Hey,
glad we did it,
hey,
and
I appreciate you. Yeah,
yeah.
it's always fascinating to jump into the mind of a creator, but I don't always get the opportunity to get in someone's mind who's quite as creative as you are. So
I appreciate that,
it's
man.
great. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right, friends. Be well. Thank you to Tellus and to all the wonderful people who make this happen. Thanks to House of Owl for making this creative thing go, and also to Donna Did It for supplying some of the gear here today. Be well. We'll see you next time. I'm gonna go cut off that stream for us.